Now we will see different types of agricultural subsidies, different types of agricultural subsidies under World Trade Organization. World Trade Organization. Right. See, under WTO, so there are different types of agreements are there. One of the agreement is Agreement on Agriculture. So under this Agreement on Agriculture, there are 3 types of agricultural subsidies mentioned. What are those 3 types? The first one is Amberbox subsidies. The next one is Green Box subsidies, and the next one is Bluebox subsidies. So these are the 3 types of subsidies mentioned under this Agreement on Agriculture. So often students find a difficulty in understanding the concept of these different types of agricultural subsidies. So let us take the first one. I will discuss Amberbox subsidies here. So what are Amberbox subsidies? So what are Amberbox subsidies? Right. See, these are the subsidies provided by the government. These are the subsidies provided by the government which causes distortion of trade. Which causes distortion of trade. So when government provided these subsidies, they will have an impact. They will have an impact on production. What production? Agricultural production. Agricultural production. Okay. So I will explain. Don't worry. Suppose let us take, there is country 1 and then there is country 2. Okay. Now, so in country 1, there is a farmer, and farmer is producing the agricultural output. For producing that output, he is paying, let us take 10 rupees for the fertilizers, and he is paying 10 rupees for the seeds. For the seeds, he is paying 10 rupees, and for the electricity, let us take he is paying 10 rupees. Let us take these are the only inputs which is used by the farmer to produce the agricultural output. So this is total how much? 30 rupees. So this is the cost incurred by the farmer. Suppose let us take in country 2. So on fertilizers, the farmer is actually incurring a cost of 3 rupees only. It is actually 10 rupees, but the remaining 7 rupees is actually given by the government in the form of subsidy. Suppose similarly here let us take, for seeds he is incurring a cost of 4 rupees. And for electricity, let us take he is incurring a cost of 5 rupees. That means, here 6 rupees is given by the government as a subsidy, here 5 rupees is given by the government as subsidy. So this total is how much? 4 plus 3, this is going to be 7, and 5, this is going to be 12 rupees. 12 rupees. So here farmer incurred 30 rupees for producing the agricultural output, and here in this country the farmer incurred 12 rupees to produce the same agricultural output. Right. Now, see, the people in this country now want to import this agricultural produce, Because suppose let us take this farmer will take 2 rupees as a profit and this farmer will take 2 rupees as a profit. Now he can sell the produce for 14 or 15 rupees only. Therefore, people in this country want to import that agricultural produce. Right. So therefore, this agricultural produce from this country, okay, there will be an uneven competition with the agricultural produce here. Yes. So this agricultural produce, or I can say this farmer, okay, he cannot compete with the cheap agricultural produce, cheap in terms of money, currency, okay. So cheap in terms of price, okay, cheap agricultural produce which is coming from this country, obviously yes, yes. So therefore, this farmer is going to lose. So therefore, these subsidies, that is the fertilizer subsidy, seeds subsidy and the subsidy on electricity, they are causing a distortion in trade. They are causing distortion in trade, right. Therefore, what are the examples of Amberbox subsidies? Just now I have told you, subsidy on fertilizers, subsidy on seeds, subsidy on power or electricity, okay. Similarly, the minimum support price provided by the Indian government also comes under the Amberbox subsidy, so which can cause distortion in trade. Isn't it cause distortion in trade? Because suppose if the market price for kg rice is 30 rupees and the government announced, okay, the minimum support price for kg rice 40 rupees. Now the farmer is going to get 40 rupees, but the market price is actually 30 rupees. So there is a distortion in trade. So Amberbox subsidies are those subsidies which causes distortion in trade, right. Now under this WTO agreement on agriculture, okay, the Amberbox subsidies are allowed, but there is a limit, okay. So for developed countries, okay, they can provide Amberbox subsidies up to a limit of 5% on agricultural production, 5% on agri production. So for developing countries, okay, so they can give Amberbox subsidies up to 10% on their agricultural production. For example, let us take India, which is a developing country. If the total agricultural production is 10 crore, so India can give Amberbox subsidies up to, if the total agricultural production is 100 crore, okay, India can give Amberbox subsidies up to 10 crore, okay. So this is about the Amberbox subsidies. Next one if we take, so that is Greenbox subsidies. So what are Greenbox subsidies? Greenbox subsidies are those subsidies which are given by the government, okay, but they will not cause any distortion in trade. They will not impact, okay, the production, that is the agricultural production. And the Greenbox subsidies are allowed under the WTO agreement on agriculture, and there is no limit for the Greenbox subsidies. There is a limit for the Amberbox subsidies. Is this point clear? Yes. So what are the examples of Greenbox subsidies, students? See, it is the duty of the government to provide certain facilities to the farmers. For example, okay, government should provide, okay, information about the market information. So what is the price of product in that state? What is the price of a different product in different area? Such kind of market information should be given to the farmers. Okay, so the government has a duty to provide market information, to provide infrastructure facilities, to provide training to the farmers. Okay, so the government should make sure that the farmers has an access to the research. Okay, all these facilities the government should provide. But if the government is unable to provide all these facilities, okay, the government can give a compensation to the farmers. Okay, such cash transfers, okay, comes under the green box subsidies. So what is the example of green box subsidies, students? Okay, so cash transfer in India, what is the example? PM Kisan. Under PM Kisan, the central government is going to give 6,000 rupees to each farmer, yes or no? Yes. So PM Kisan comes under the green box subsidy and it is allowed under WTO, right? So this is about the green box subsidy. So next is blue box subsidies. So what are blue box subsidies basically? See, so blue box subsidies. So what are blue box subsidies? See, blue box subsidies are nothing but Amberbox subsidies. See, they are nothing but Amberbox subsidies, but there is also one condition that will come along with the subsidy. Then it will be a blue box subsidy. So what kind of condition is that? Okay, so this condition will limit the production, will limit the agricultural production, Okay, so that means if the central government is giving a subsidy, which is actually an Amberbox subsidy, but along with that subsidy, it put a condition. Because of that condition, okay, there will be a limit on the agricultural production. Then such kind of subsidy comes under the blue box subsidies. So what is an example of this? In India, there is no blue box subsidy. In China, there was a blue box subsidy, and the name of that subsidy is, okay, corn producer subsidy. So what is this corn producer subsidy, students? Okay, so the China provided this subsidy. That means a farmer in China can get this subsidy if the farmer, there should be a condition, na? Yes, if the farmer cultivates the corn, okay, in only 2 hectares of land, then only he will get this subsidy. That means because of this condition, he is cultivating this crop in only 2 hectares of land means, so the corn production is going to get limited. Yes. So such subsidy comes under the blue box subsidy. Under WTO, blue box subsidies are allowed, and at present there is no limit on the blue box subsidy. So Amberbox subsidy, there is a limit, 5% and 10%, 10% for developing countries. Green box subsidy, there is no limit because green box subsidies do not cause any trade distortion. So cash transfers are best examples of green box subsidies, right? And then there are blue box subsidies, right? So I hope I have cleared your concepts. Thank you.